Well, hello and welcome to another Hazard video. I am doing another Terraria video. This would normally be the day 3 of the how-to type videos I was putting together, but I'm going to go ahead and switch the format over to a let's play type of video. I'm still going to give like instructions on how to do stuff. Actually, that's how I'm going to start out this video, is with some instructions, but I just figured if I switch it to kind of a let's play format, I could do stuff offline to get stuff ready on there. As you could see, I have increased the size of the house dramatically. I went and farmed out, as you can see down below the house here, there's a lot of open cave now. I just went and farmed out a bunch of stone and stuff. I didn't go exploring in any caves or anything. I just went and got some mats so I could show you guys what I was doing on here. So the first thing I want to go over is, I have mentioned it before, that you do have to have a separate house room with a table, a chair, and a lighting source, and 4 walls and a back wall to get your different NPCs to come, your merchants, your arm dealers, and so on and so forth, along with doing the other requirements that are needed for those people to show up. So what I'm going to show you here is, I just built kind of like a little apartment. Here is what I'm going to use this for. I'm actually going to build a room in here for each of the NPCs, so when they show up they just have their own room and it's all in one house, rather than trying to span out a bunch of houses across the map. The other thing I wanted to show you, you're probably looking at the doors thinking, what the heck? This is a trick that a buddy of mine actually showed me, that if you put your doors up high like this, the zombies can't get through them and they can't beat your doors down. So as long as you keep your doors up high like that, you don't have to do that reinforcement trick I was showing you. So anyways, without further ado, what I'm going to do is, I've already went ahead and built a bunch of doors and a bunch of tables and everything, so you didn't have to see me sitting here building all that stuff tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the rooms. And like I said, I just marked them out so it'd be a little bit quicker for me to get these rooms finished off. I guess I could have done a few of the rooms already, but I didn't really think about that. Anyway, so like I said, there's 7 NPCs if you include your guide. Your guide will actually take up a room. Usually if you have multiple houses, he just takes up whatever house is your house. He just sits in the same house. As you can see, he's trapped out there too, so later when some of the NPCs start spawning, when I meet some of the requirements to get the merchant or whatever, I'll have to lower one of the doors down just so he can get in the house. But after he's in the house, then I can just raise the door back up, and then I can lower it again for the next NPC, or I can just leave it lowered and barricade it off. You know, it's no big deal either way. It's just, I wanted to show you that you guys could do that to keep everything blocked out of the house. So just a handy little trick. So, and you can just leave these doors open too. This is something else that you can do later on when you start getting, if you start playing on servers and stuff, something you'll want to do is purchase a piggy bank. And what the piggy bank lets you do is, it's a cross-realm bank. So what you can do is, you can put stuff in your piggy bank here, and when you're on a server, if they have a piggy bank there, if they don't, you'll have to purchase a second one. But if they have a piggy bank there, you can get stuff in and out of the piggy bank from here to there, so you don't have to keep it in your inventory on you when you jump over to that server. You could put stuff that you'll generally need on other servers in your piggy bank. So it's a pretty cool little thing. It's like a just a cross-realm bank, just like I said. So anyways, the other requirement, I don't know if I said it, is a lighting source in the rooms, and plus it just keeps your place lit up if you just keep some torches up like I'm doing right here. So anyways, let me get the rest of these chairs and tables down, and then with one extra room, I have enough rooms for all my NPCs, so one of those apartments is mine. The other thing I like to do is put a basement on my house, as you can see, and put all my forging and whatnot stuff down in the basement there. Just kind of keeps it out of the way. It's not like you run into it or anything. It's just, I only built enough chairs and tables for enough NPCs, so there'll be one room without when I was building these. So that's something you could do there. I like to do about 3 wide on these because you do have to have full brick floors. Well, they don't have to be full brick floors, but they have to be, I think, I don't know, it's at least like 90% brick floor there for it to be considered a home, so your NPC can go in it. So the other thing that I now wanted to show you, let me actually go, there was a couple other things I wanted to show you in this video. One of those things being that the other cool thing that you can create with iron bars, only 2 of them and 8 wood, is chests. And I have 3 iron bars. We're going to create 1 chest. And this is the other thing I like to keep in the basement, is the chests. And what you use the chest for is a bank. It's not going to be a bank that will work on separate realms or whatever, but it is a bank that you can use just to free up some of your inventory, especially when you're out exploring and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and throw some of this junk in here real quick. I had thought about just go ahead and creating it before, but you know, that's the point of the videos, is to show you guys that I'm doing the stuff while I'm doing it, you know. So, okay, well, with the door open, he can jump up there, so I don't have to change any of that. So the next thing that I wanted to show you was making a tree farm, because I did have to go get a bunch of tree to make all the doors and that stuff. But you know, again, I didn't want to waste the whole time in the video sitting there gathering trees. So what I did is I cleared this area out, I flattened it down, and then I also flattened this area up here down, just to make a couple different little tree farms here, because you get quite a few acorns when you're cutting down trees. I mean, I haven't cut down that many trees, and I got 71 acorns already. So trees are suggested that they need to be at least 2 blocks apart from each other to grow, but the branches off of them also come out 2 more blocks on each side. So it is suggested on the wiki page that you plant your trees every 5 blocks to make sure that they actually all grow. The other thing is, I don't know if that's exactly 5, I'm just kind of eyeballing it, but the other thing is you want to make sure that there's grass on the ground, because if there isn't any grass on the ground, you can't plant it, for one. So that's basically it. If there's no grass on the ground, you can't plant it. So like I said, I just tealed up a lot of this area, so some of this down here, the grass hasn't grown back on it yet, so we won't be able to plant trees on all of this, but still gonna have a decent amount of trees. The trees kind of grow randomly, so sometimes you'll plant a tree and you can walk away and come back in a couple minutes and it's already starting to grow. And then I've planted trees that just have never grown, so even on the wiki it says it's kind of random, and they haven't found any rhyme or reason, so obviously it's not written by the programmers, because the programmers would know what the rhyme or reason is for the trees not growing. So that was just a couple of the things I wanted to show you, is just putting down a tree farm here, so then you'll have a nice access close to your house for trees. The other thing is building all these rooms for your NPCs. As you can see, I only have 12 silver so far, and you need 50 before you're going to get an NPC. And then I just, you know, this is a personal preference here with making the basement like this. So the other thing that I'm going to do, actually, so I can still get into the mine, is just going to go ahead and put platforms right here. The only problem with doing this is, and we'll soon find out if it ends up being a problem or not. The other thing is, don't leave your doors open or else you get mobs coming in. Is I think some of the slimes that will spawn down in this area will most likely start coming into my house through that bottom exit, if they can jump that high. So we'll find out. If it becomes an issue, then I will just close it off and I won't have it. So the other thing I wanted to do, actually I'm going to go look for a new cave, because we did this cave last time through the video and I don't remember seeing too much more in here. So just gonna kind of venture out to the left here, since I've already kind of been flattening this. I didn't go any further left, so I don't know if there's anything over here, so hopefully we'll find something. I have plans that when this, see, we already got a couple trees growing, that when I get further into this video, and this was something else I was going to say, is when you get further, I think from my experience now, because I started out on a large map on my main person, and I'm finding that I think it was a little bit harder because it's a lot further to get to places and finding the caves and getting back to your house and all that good stuff, that I think it's beneficial that you start on a small map first and start getting some gear together, and then after you've gotten a nice bit of gear together and a nice little stockpile of supplies, you switch over to a large map just to give yourself you know, a larger playing field and more of a challenge at that point. And that's the nice thing about this game, is your toon keeps all their stuff. So you just load yourself up, load your inventory up, and create a new world, build a new house, you know, put down some more chests and fill them up. Log back into your old world, grab all your stuff out of your chest, fill your inventory up, and then log back over. So it's a pretty cool thing that you can sit there and do stuff like that. So as I get further into this let's play, and I've got better gear set up and all that good stuff, like I just said, I'm going to start I'll move over to a large server, and just like I did with the house today, I will just go ahead and go over to the large server and I'll get the house built and everything, and then I will go ahead and transfer over after I've already got it built and after I hit a certain point with gear. So we'll see. I was kind of tentatively thinking about wearing all gold gear and having at least a gold sword by that point. But if I'm having issues finding gold on this server, I might, or world, it's not a server, I might instead just try to get at least silver, get a full set of silver gear.